Yo, autofocus on this thing is fucking beast. Using the dopest camera ever right now. My homie to the right, you can't really see him right now, but he just got this ADD. And I was like, I'm gonna make an episode. It's been forever. Hope the camera's level. Think we in business. You know who it is? It's Notice the Know-It-All coming at you. Topic of today I want to talk about is this. True love. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's lame as fuck. We're gonna talk about tantric sex. No, I'm just kidding. The homie doesn't want to hear about that. He said no anal. What else did you say? Alright, some things that are fresh in my mind right now that I want to get out real quick. Pretty much goes like this. Moving into your body is the most important thing you could ever do in this life, because your body is your avatar. Your body is the thing that creates things in reality. If you can master your movements, master your body, and synchronize and flow smoothly with the people in your life, great things are going to happen. So an example would be when you're dancing with somebody. You can only create that rapport and that vibe if you guys are synchronized, right? Okay, when you're hooking up with somebody, you're having sex with somebody, the breathing needs to be synchronized, okay? This happens all the time. When I'm on the phone with a client, if I'm like choppy and I'm trying to figure out what's my script, there's no rapport and I'm not thinking about the other person, and when there's no connection, nothing's gonna happen regardless. So in life, I would always say, connect with the other person first. Doesn't matter what you say or what you do, the vibes and the intuition of the moment are gonna connect and be congruent to how you and the other person feels if you first put yourself in their shoes and connect together. Now, moving into your body is a difficult thing because we're always conceptualizing things in our head. We're always this and that. We have this internal dialogue going on. We're trying to go to sleep at night. We're laying there. We're thinking about all these things. And when we get out into the real world, in reality, things aren't always the way we see them or the way we visualize them or the way we thought they would be. And so it's hard to stay congruent to the moment and be spontaneous. Being spontaneous is like a muscle. It's something that you have to work on. You have to get better at. Like a comedian, he might have a gift or a talent, but it's also a skill that he builds over time. It's a trust in his intuition, because intuition is a flowing state that you have to allow. You have to give it space so that it can grow. So that's what I've been doing lately. Since I wrote my mind book, I've been moving into my body now, so I've been doing a lot of yoga. I've been going to dance classes, martial arts, just going out, talking to people and all this stuff, and I'm realizing how disconnected I've been with my body. Dreams can't become reality if you're disconnected with your body, if you're disconnected with people, if you're unaware emotionally. Emotional intelligence is connected to your body. Mental intelligence is way different. Emotional intelligence is connected to your emotions, obviously, which is connected to your heart and your body. So I would always say, conceptualize after you do the act. Think about what you did after you did it. Take notes, write it down, whatever, and figure out what you can do better next time, of course. But just realize you don't know anything until you do it. So people are always like, well, what's true to you, Daniel? And I'm like, I filter everything through experience. I don't know any truth until I do it, and then it is reflected back to me, and then I can say concretely that's a truth. But I know it'll also change, so I don't hold steady to that forever. As soon as you get an idea from somebody else, let it go through your head, whatever. Take action on it. Make your own conclusions from your experiences and then let it go. Reason why you let it go is because it's already stored in your subconscious mind, which is your body. It's already stored in your emotional intelligence. You don't have to think about it. If you rethink things in your head, you'll just get confused, and what will happen is all the knowledge that you've had already built up over time will actually hurt you more than it will help you. So, stop the internal dialogue, go into the moment, and take action. Here's a technique to get out of your head and stop anxiety almost immediately. It's a breathing technique / workout. So, take 35 deep breaths, let out all your air, and then do push-ups. Do the push-ups until you feel like you're gonna pass out, And at that moment when you're about to pass out, you're completely involved in the moment. You're not going to have any thoughts about what happened earlier or what you're going to do later today. You're completely in the moment because you think you're about to die. That's like the easiest way to put it. And so you're fully enveloped into the moment, and that's when everything else ceases to be and you can fully relax and let go. So, with that being said, going a little bit deeper on this topic, this is why when I talk to people in person, I try to go with the moment. I try to be in the moment. I try to flow. And people might be asking me, well, what are your intentions? What do you want to do right now? Where do you see this going? What's your agenda? And I'm like, look at me. I don't have an agenda. I am just loving the moment right now. And if you can just relax and let go with me, you'll feel this same vibe that I'm feeling right now. And this vibe that I'm feeling right now is a freeing vibe. Love can only exist within freedom. Realize that. Love can only exist within freedom. And you can only be truly free when you let go and you allow yourself to be vulnerable. When you see your barriers start to drop and you feel yourself start to come to the surface, your true self. You allow yourself to express yourself unstifled in the moment. That's when you can make a deep connection. And I know, yes, it's risky to make a deep connection because you can get hurt. But pain is always equipped with the opposite flip side of the coin, which is pleasure. There's 10 levels of pain. There's 10 levels of pleasure. You have to go down into the darkness to find the light, because out of the darkness comes the light. Okay? So you have to make yourself vulnerable. You have to allow yourself, not make, you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable in the moment. Take those risks. That's the only way you're ever going to find something that actually gives you what you know you've deserved your whole life. Those things that you visualized in the past that come alive in the moment through your emotional intelligence and connections with other people. One more thing I want to say before I end this video, and it's pretty much this. When you start to see yourself doubting yourself, be congruent to how you're feeling. Be congruent to how you're feeling when you're scared. Be congruent to how you're feeling when you are anxious. Admit to yourself how you feel. Accept it. Be totally cool with it. And then allow it to dissolve. When you're honest with yourself in the moment, what it does is it stops that thing from growing or getting out of hand. It gets it under control because you see it, you're aware of it, and at that point, you take action regardless. You're willing to take action regardless, and guess what happens? Beautiful things, whatever you want. Life is under your control at that point. Notice the know-it-all. Peace and out. The homie wants to play his music. Peace.